Hi Julie, here's a quick run through of the first part of your course design package. So we're looking here at your brand board, taking on from the conversation that we had in the first kick-off call that we had together. I've put through this document for you and I've started to explore your core words and your core colours and the design styles and fonts and imagery that we're going to be using throughout your course. So just to quickly recap, the words that came up when we had our call were elegant, strong, simple, and to inspire, educate, and encourage. So these words, taken through and described looking at your core colours, come out as magenta and yellow and indigo. So those will be your three core colours. Now magenta is a harmony and balancing colour. It's spiritual yet practical, encourages common sense and a balanced outlook on life. This colour is going to be really great as your core colour because it helps create that harmony and balance in every aspect of life, so physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually. So psychologically, magenta really helps us flow with life and let go of old ideas, which is why I feel this will be a really powerful colour to have as your core brand colour. It's also the colour of change and transformation, kind of helps you release old emotional patterns that prevent personal and spiritual development and helps you move forward. So yellow is a colour that's going to create enthusiasm for life and awaken this greater confidence and optimism. Now, the only negative side here is yellow can cause anxiety and nervousness and apprehension, especially in people who are already stressed. So that's something we will really need to take on board when choosing your colours, and I've looked into this deeper for you. But the way we're going to do that is by balancing the right shade of yellow. So we're going to bring yellow in, but it's not going to be overpowering, and it's going to be key to make sure that we use the power of this colour without the negative sides. And then the final colour we're looking at is the colour indigo. Now indigo is the colour of intuition, perception and the higher mind, its power and its strength. So those are the three core colours, which I hope you agree really sum up everything that we had a conversation about in the kickoff session and really summarise everything that you're going to be packaging up within your course and the feelings that you want to inspire in people when they visit and they go through this process with you. So taking that, I then brought this brand experience into these colours for you. Now, as I said, those three colours, really the hues of those colours, the brightness and the vividness that we're going to be using will play a big role in how the experience of that colour is received. So as you can see, I've chosen this image here, which has got your three core colours. We've got magenta, we've got yellow, and we've got indigo within this image. But I've pulled them out in a much more muted, softer, more elegant colour palette. So they're not bright, they're not overpowering, it's very subtle. It's going to help people relax and in tune into themselves and give yourself the space and the ability to breathe within this brand experience that we're creating here with your imagery and colours. So as you can see, I've started over there on the left hand side, we've got the magenta, but it's in a very dusky, muted shade of magenta. And then for yellow, I've actually pulled in very much, as the sun's going down in the background there, we've got that real creamy colour, but it's also the sandy, earthy colour that's on those mountain tops. So it's yellow, but it's a really deep, soft, subtle yellow. And then with indigo, we've got almost three shades of indigo here, starting with the really blue side, going into, again, a deeper purple magenta colour. So really combining these three colours together here. Okay, so those are your core brand colours, and I hope that you have found that really insightful into the reasoning behind why we've chosen these colours and why we've chosen these hues of the colours as well as just the individual core colours. Now moving on, I started to pull together, taking these colours and starting to bring in some fonts and some styles and some ways that we're going to bring these imageries together and how that information could start to look like for your course. There's going to be a lot of those softer hues and lots of natural imagery that we can bring through. and start to put quotes and information over the top of these images, so that whenever you're explaining information to people, you're doing so in a really visual, connected way. So this is a quick overview of how your brand imagery could start to pull together. And then finally, I've started exploring some fonts for you. Now, I've used Believe Me at Free, which was on your website, suggesting that we may look at completely changing the logo for this and keeping it very simple and elegant, bold and strong at the same time. We don't want too many fonts going on. We don't want too many kind of clashing fonts or anything that's going to detract from the message here. We want your logo and your signage and the information to be secondary to the information and the feeling that you're putting out there. So your core logo, your core identity mark, actually needs to be quite subtle in its way. It still needs to be strong and powerful, so that's why we've gone for the all caps and a real chunky font, but it doesn't want to overpower from the rest of the brand experience. So there we go. I've put together just a few fonts there just to give you the starting point of how this will progress. Please take your time to go through and re-listen to this video and have a little look through the images and the colours that we've pulled together for you, and we will catch up in our next call session.